Hi, this is Sherry. I have a video to share a look at some of the books that I have to use for making junk journals. So this book, I believe it's 1922, Journeys Through Bookland. It's mostly just text, but the cover's in excellent shape, and I think I'll repurpose the cover. In fact, I want to make an insect book, and I was thinking that I could use this cover and Journeys Through Bookland, and then when you open it up, it's really Journeys Through Bugland. But maybe that's a little too quirky. I'm not sure yet. It does have a few illustrations here and there. So I actually have 3 of these books, and they're all the covers are really in great shape. The binding is sturdy, and I think the cover with the gold is really gorgeous. Okay, this is a really old book. I bought at a used or thrift shop. I'm not sure where I got this one from, but it's called Out of Town by F.E. Weatherly and Linnie Watt. It's about 1882. There's no date on it, but when I researched it, it was probably published around 1882. And the cover's in really bad shape, and I've already taken most of it apart. It was falling apart. But there are about 25 color illustrations in it, and they're just beautifully done. So I'm sure I'll be using them in the original pages in some of my journals. They're somewhat fragile, but the paper's pretty thick, so I think they'll be okay. Anyway, I like that book. Okay, this next book is called Hitty, Hitty, Her First 100 Years. It's by Rachel Field, illustrated by Dorothy Lathrop. And this one, I believe I got it at a bookstore in Maryland, Wonder Book and Video. They have tons of used books, and they have some real collectibles that are way expensive, but this one wasn't too bad at all. And I'm not sure, I may reuse the cover, but the illustrations are just beautiful. There's 22 of them. Many of them are in full color. And just the drawings, the artwork appeals to me. It's copyrighted in 1929. And basically, Hitty is a doll made in Maine. She was carved out of mountain ash wood. And I believe she's now in an antique store, and Hitty the doll is reflecting on her first 100 years of her life and the different places she, was brought to and lived, as well as a doll can live, things she observed, the adventure she went through. But the illustrations are neat, and I think I just like the title. I like the pattern on the cover. And this next book my sister picked up for me. It's a 1954 Singer sewing book, and I just love the illustration on the cover. And what was neat about it is there was a letter mailed to the person who purchased the book from where they purchased it, from Singer Sewing Machine Company. It's dated 1954, and it includes this little piece that probably went with the book. And in the letter, the little note, it says, "Dear Mrs. Campbell, sorry I forgot the transfer yesterday. Am enclosing same. You will have to make something pretty and bring it in for me to see. It has been a pleasure working with you. Come in often. Sincerely, Mrs. Smith. May 8th, 1954, from Singer Sewing Machine Company. And I like, the color of the pages. They're in good shape. The illustrations are pretty neat. I don't sew myself, but I love fabrics, and I just like these drawings. The pages smell, has good old book smell. So I'm not sure how I'll use this yet. Probably in a sewing junk journal. So anyway, that's that book for now. And then my Aunt Sally sent me these really old, well, they might be early 1930s. I think they're called Little Big Books, and they're kind of falling apart. The pages are extremely brittle, but I probably can use the covers. The Betty Boop one is just whatever happened to Betty Boop? She's so cute. And the first one was the story of It Happened One Night, that famous movie. All these old cartoon drawings. Oh, I think this is a book. That's right. She's Betty Boop is playing Snow White. So this is the tale of Betty Boop as Snow White. That's kind of humorous, and her little doggy. And the last one is fairy tales, and there's not really any illustrations in it, but the cover's cool, and on the front it says it's 288 pages, which many are just falling out of. Now, if you find these books in good condition at an antique mall, they get pretty pricey. But as you can see, these aren't in the best condition. So I think I can breathe some life into some of this. And I'm grateful to people in my family who think of me and pick up books for me. So thanks for watching.